you just won't die. You can't. Your 9.5 hearts of damage ain't got nothing on this thing. Hello everybody, my name is A2K and this is Minecraft Bedrock. And Minecraft Bedrock is broken. How broken? I don't know, you tell me. Today, I'll be showing a Minecraft Bedrock Edition exploit that uses potion-tipped arrows to infinitely gain status effects and even healing. Before we go any further, to achieve the best results for anything showcased in this video, it is recommended to turn off PvP in settings, or as Bedrock players know it, friendly fire. Now back to the video. These are tipped arrows. They can be crafted with 8 arrows and 1 lingering potion, or they can be tipped at a cauldron. They can be fired from a bow, and when they're fired at a mob, they inflict the effect they are tipped with, and they are used up on hit when damage is done. But only when damage is done. With PvP turned off, players cannot do damage to each other with arrows. Hence, when a player is shot by an arrow with PvP off, the arrow does no damage and can be retrieved afterwards as it is not destroyed. The same can be said with tipped arrows. They deal no damage, they go through the player, they can be picked up and... wait, I still get the status effect? Well, apparently so. I get the status effect and then the arrow can be picked up as if it was never used. This allows players to shoot other players with tipped arrows and simply retrieve the arrows afterwards. This essentially is infinite status effects. This even works on single player if you can shoot the arrow straight up and have it land on you and then pick it up again. It also works for any effect including healing. I can personally see this as being very helpful in combat, for example with the Wither, where other players are around you and need to be healed or need a status effect like strength. But overall, we are simply just getting started at what these arrows can do. At this point, we are simply just recycling arrows that aren't that hard to craft to get status effects, and sometimes you don't even get them back too. I think it's safe to say that things get way worse from here, like way worse. Introducing bubble columns. The way they work is you place a soul sand under a vertical column of water and anything inside it goes up. Players, items, TNT, arrows, they're all included, you name it. But here we're gonna focus on just arrows. When an arrow reaches the top of a bubble column, wherever that may be, it simply bobs up and down, and the game does not classify it as having hit a solid block yet, which means it can still deal damage to mobs and players if they come in contact with the arrow. And in the case with players with PvP off, the arrow is not destroyed and will keep on trying multiple times to hit the player as long as the player is standing on the same spot as the arrow. If we apply this with the broken tipped arrows we showcased earlier, we will have a tipped arrow hitting us multiple times each second and inflicting the effect that amount of times. This lasts as a permanent effect if you're staying in the same spot as the arrow. If you want to take it even further, you can shoot more than one arrow into this column and have permanent more than one effect. In fact, you can have up to 8 when standing in this column. At this point, you're almost invincible. But if there's something better than being almost invincible, it's being invincible. If we use healing tipped arrows in our bubble column, we will be healed 3 times a second, and that's invincibility. You can test this against every single mob in the game with the same results. 9.5 hearts of damage? Nope, not a scratch.
Reach me with that hand. Reach me with that hand. Reach me with that hand. You cannot.
Your bosses, they're pathetic as well. You can survive lava without any armor or anything else. Though, hats off to you if you can end up somewhere like this in survival. But back on the topic with the bubble columns, they're really easy to build. All you need to do is dig down for a bit, place a soul sand at the bottom, come back up, place the water 1 block above the ground and seal it off with a pressure plate. Then the bubble column will be active. There are more than one efficient way to do this, just as long as the water is 1 block above the ground and is sealed off with pressure plates or signs. One small detail to take into consideration when using this exploit is that when the world is relogged, all tipped arrows will lose their data and will no longer inflict any potion effects. After all we've seen today, it is not difficult to see how these tipped arrows are the most broken exploit in Minecraft Bedrock. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did, and have fun breaking Minecraft.